Okay, so we were trying out something, and I need to do a little work here. Okay, it's a little bit better. It's a little bit better. Phase one of getting ready to hit the road again, and there is definitely some van maintenance that needs to be done. The first thing that we noticed when Dad and I were traveling was that my windshield had something that was just like making it kind of hard to clean it off, and you could almost hear it. And it was not cool. So we wanted to check out a couple of things. And one of the things that we checked out is my wiper blades. I am going to need to get some new wiper blades. It's time. But the other thing is there was like this film that had developed on the front window. And I think part of it is when I was traveling and I went through Vegas, I used this thing that it just instantaneously dried basically because it was so hot. And then the very next time I tried to wash my windshield, it was bad news bears. And what I mean by bad news bears is that when we tried to go over it the next time, when I was out of Vegas and into Arizona, the water in the like washing station was almost like this gummy water. And so that on top of the already dried down nastiness, it just kind of created this film that just could not go away no matter how much that I would scrub. And so my dad just took a razor blade and scraped my entire window. And along the way, he discovered a few things that I had kind of been thinking might have happened, but I couldn't really tell. But now I fully know. So I have a couple pots on the windows from rocks hitting it that I need to watch and make sure that they don't get weird or anything. I kind of was behind a rock truck and I heard it happen, but I didn't see anything after. But now I can clearly see it because it's been scraped. So I know that there are a couple. I do have glass protection, so that's good. So long story short, on the agenda, I need to just do some maintenance. I need to get the new wiper blades. I need to refill like the reserve for my cleaner solution. I need to really scrub the inside and outside of the windshield just to make sure that I don't have any debris. And that's just one project. I have several other projects that I need to do, including taking out my seat because I've been using it while I've been here at base camp and it's just easy to take in and take out. So that's where I'm starting off, and I need to get all this done before I hit the road. Kind of harder to see, but there's a reflection, and this is where the little dot is, and it's right into this section. When you run your finger across it, you can feel it. There's also a couple more small ones, like in this section. Again, kind of harder to see because they're very small. This one is one that I had before, and I've already gotten it fixed. It still kind of looks like this, but it hasn't spread out or anything, which that's the goal, is to get them fixed before they spread. Then there is this one that is a little bit deeper, and I haven't seen it migrate or anything, so those are all the chips. That's the thing about traveling the way I do. I go on rough roads, I'm behind people, stuff happens, and I just kind of have to monitor it, so it is what it is. If it starts to get worse, though, I do have, again, glass protection, so I'll be calling up my insurance and being like, hey. Okay, let's talk about it. I've been not well for like 4 days. And so I found the chip on my windshield, and then basically it was all downhill from there. I have just been resting, consuming warm things, and I'm finally getting to where I can talk again without sounding like I am dying. It's not often that I actually get sick, but whenever I do, oh boy, do I. So as a result of that, I've just been taking it slow, but I need to make some progress toward my goals because I'm going to be taking off pretty soon and I'm feeling better finally. So I need to replace my windshield wipers, which my dad was very nice and picked some up for me. So I'm going to go down to his house and we're going to install those. I need to also figure out a few other things, a few moving parts in the van. I'm going to be taking the seat back out again. I had put it in, I can take it out, I can put it in, I can take it out, and that's one of the nice things about keeping the seat, but also keeping it where I can function in that space. So all of those things are going to happen before I hit the road, and I'm trying to kind of strategically figure out a few other things. But before I go down to put on the windshield wipers, there's a couple other things that I've ordered that I'm going to be putting in the van that I kind of wanted to like go through with you guys, just because I think they're going to solve some issues. One of which is a huge surprise that, like, I tried it, I liked it, and now I've got one for the other side. Now, you guys might recall that I got a seatbelt cover for my driver's side, and I really, really liked it. But one of the things that I noticed when I was traveling with my dad is with the seat in on the passenger side, we kind of have the same problem. I've never really ridden in the passenger seat very much, so I decided that I wanted to go ahead and get one of them for my passenger seat also. Now, I know I just said I'm about to take the passenger seat out, but while I was thinking about it, I thought, let's go ahead and do this. So on my first seat belt, I was able to get it embroidered, and I chose the phrase "live life fully," which is kind of my mantra here on the channel. But a lot of people were saying, why didn't you put your name on there? And I was like, well, as the driver, putting my name on there is kind of weird, just saying Bunny Plays Here going down the road. But as the passenger, it's a little less weird. So I went ahead, and on the second one, I had that put on there. So this was like $8 on Amazon. It goes over your seatbelt. It keeps it from cutting into your neck or leaving those weird red marks. These are awesome. Highly recommend. Again, you can put pretty much anything on there. They have like 5 or 6 different fonts. They have 3 or 4 different colors that you can like kind of switch between. So yeah, this came in. So I'm going to be putting this on the seatbelt, even though the seat is not going to be there. That way it is there whenever I reinstall the seat again to make it into a passenger van once more. The other thing that I needed to do before I hit the road is replace something, because you might recall whenever I was going to Kansas City and I was like, oh no, I broke my phone. And then Logic Brain kicked in and was like, oh, I should get this ready to go and get it fixed because I'm about to have to shell out $100 for screen protection through AppleCare. And then I removed the case and, well, let me show you. Yeah, that looks like a crack right there on the case, right? It wasn't on my phone. It was on my case the whole time. So I'm really happy that I decided to do this instead of taking my phone in, because I'm pretty sure they would have laughed at me if they would have removed the case and the whole time it was just the case. So yeah, that part. I'm so proud of myself for figuring that out though ahead of time versus having those people laugh at me, because that definitely would have happened as I like roll up in there, please help me. And then all of a sudden they're just like, what exactly do you want us to do? I can admit whenever I am wrong, weird, I can make fun of myself for this one. Definitely. When I discovered this, I was actually traveling and kind of had this moment of, aha, I should look at this. And whenever I did, I was like, I feel dumb. But I went ahead and ordered another one off of Amazon, so I'm going to go ahead and change that out. Okay, the positive is it comes with all of these extra pieces that now I can just throw away the trash portion, and then I'll keep the old case just in case I need it, even though it's cracked. And that way I'll have a backup case with all of these extra pieces, including like a lens cover and a camera cover. Now, if you're watching this video, none of this is sponsored. These are all things that I've purchased with my own money. I'm just letting you guys know that they work well, because I know the quality is sometimes harder to find whenever we're looking for things that are durable for the road. And so when I found the things that I have, I definitely like to share that, because hello, this just saved me from having to spend $100. Now to the positive. The positive is, you know how I was having all those issues, not only with me falling apart because I haven't been feeling well, but also with like the van, how all sorts of things were going wrong. And the biggest one was, of course, the check engine light. Well, guess what? The check engine light is no longer doing weird stuff. So that is super exciting. And now I don't exactly have a rhyme or reason as to why it's not on, but it's not on and it's fine. I think that what Dad and I kind of determined is it probably is related to the gas cap, and also because the weather is changing, it's getting a bit more sensitive. So I haven't put a new gas cap on it or anything, but the existing one seems to be working fine now. However, if it does go back off again, that's the first thing that I will do. Code-wise, no codes. Weird. I think that was just there to test me, to see if I would lose it or to see if I would prevail. And I prevailed. I'm so proud, but at the same time, I don't have to worry about that. And I'm really happy, because we all know that figuring out anything that has to do with my van. It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard. That's a big glowing positive. But there's a few other positives that I have, including something that my friend Anthony suggested, that while he was here at Vanmas, he showed me his version, and then I found my version, and it's going to go in the van. You know how I've been having some issues with like lights and things like that in the van, and I've been trying to figure out some things? Well, I contemplated getting some more of the monster lights, but then Anthony showed me something almost identical to this, and I was like, this could work because I can put these up when I need them, or I could use these outdoors. Now, the way that these work is pretty simple. It's just a tent light, and it has this little pop out, which I don't have nails for, so that's going to be the hardest part of this entire endeavor. So we're just going to pop this out, and it has this little hanger right here. But it also has on the side string lights. This is like 30 some odd feet of string lights. Now, the reason I like these is because they have a variety of different settings, including just white. And so whenever you're going in on the top here, it has some different controls. And on these controls, you can pick what kind of scenario you would like. And I think that that's really, really nice because it allows you to kind of function through different kinds of feelings through these lights. So the white would be great inside my van because it's not so harsh that it hurts my eyes. And I could use this as just like a regular puck. But in addition, there are several other colors that I could do. And I can either use these as solid colors or transitioning colors. And I can also go to the sound section, and whenever I do, it follows my voice or music, and it has a variety of different patterns. So I thought these could be kind of cool for one of the things that I'm going to be going to. And then whenever I'm finished, of course, I just hold it down, turn it off, and that's all the room that it takes up. Now, I did get this on Amazon, so I'll leave a link for you guys, but these are just the camping string lights, and these things are pretty awesome. I'm really excited about them. And these just charge up with a Type-C, so you just plug it in right here to a power station or to a wall plug, and you're good to go. They also had one that was a solar chargeable one, but I noticed that it was about $10 more, so I just got this one because I have plenty of power to give. So this is going in the van to solve my lighting issue, but also to solve some outdoor lighting things whenever I'm on the road. Okay, guys, I think that's putting us into a pretty good type of way to get started on the wiper blades. So I'm going to finish up this coffee. Now, if you guys are watching my channel and you're thinking, wow, you test out a lot of random stuff. I do. But the reason why I test out things like this is just to see if A, they work, but B, if they solve issues for not just myself, but other people. It's kind of like when we did the curtain. I tried so many different applications of the curtain until I got to the one that works. And that's the nice thing about my channel, is I like to test out things so that they can help not only myself, but you guys. So if there's anything that you have seen here on the channel that you would like more information about, always feel free to drop a comment below or ask about it. That helps me to know what you guys are interested in or what you're thinking in regards to certain things. Now, I do have a variety of different things that I'm going to be sharing with you as we hit the road, because I'm going to test out all sorts of crazy stuff just to see if it works. That's just kind of how it works for me. I like to do those kind of experiments. It's the scientific mind that I have. But for now, I'm going to finish up my coffee, and then I'm going to head down to my parents after I put on some clothes and get these wiper blades changed out because, yeah, they're not good. They're not good. Also, it occurs to me my eyes look real not good still. They look tired. This is what happens when you have weak eyes and then you get sick eyes. Don't do it. Just don't do it. Ooh, okay. Okay. We're in. It was hard. That was hard. You know how after you don't feel good for a few days, you just kind of like take it slow? And sometimes even slow is kind of hard. Yeah, that's me. But that's okay because we're going to get this problem solved, and then I'm just going to take it slow for the rest of the day again, just to keep making sure I'm on the mend. Now, there's going to be a lot of things I have to do before I actually head out, including something about this hair. I have no idea what's going on. Woo! It's like I have a unicorn horn today. Cool, cool. But I have to take out the seat. I have to move the fridge in. I have to put the carpet back down. I have to put all of the things in their place. But I don't think it's going to be that bad. There are a few new things that I'm going to have to figure out where they're going to fit exactly, but all in time, all in time. Today, it's just about getting these blades finished. And then I think I'm just going to take a woo-saw moment to keep being on the mend, because one thing that I've learned is that if I'm not good, then we're not going anywhere. So I'm going to make sure I do that. And just because I can, Transformers roll out. Okay, before I go inside, you can see right now why I needed new wiper blades. This one was literally peeling off. So I'm going to go ahead and pull these up so that they're easier to take off. So yeah, pretty nasty, pretty bad, pretty gross. Definitely has some texture to it, peeling off on the ends. It was definitely time. They've just been used, abused, and then between the heat and then the wetness and then the heat and then the wetness, they're donezo. Dad's helping me out because I can't honestly remember how to do this. And it's really bright out here today, so this is gonna make it kind of hard. These are the new blades here while Dad's taking that off, and it does have a step-by-step instructions of how to put these on, so you just kind of do it in reverse, but mine are stuck in here pretty good. Okay, mine were being kind of stubborn, so Dad just took a very small hammer and he just tapped it kind of on the little locking device, and they came right off. So now it's time to put the new one on. And again, the instructions for putting the new one on are inside, but basically it just kind of slides into place and then clicks in. So there it goes. Dad just clicked that one right on in, and that's the shorter blade. And on my van, I have one that is shorter, this tiny guy right here, and it goes over to this side, and then one that is longer that comes across so it can do a larger pattern. And so now it's time to put that one on, and it just does the same thing. Comes the part where we test it. So I'm going to start up the van, spray some water, and see what happens. So looking at it, you can see the huge difference here, especially that smaller one. That one's gross. This one has little pop marks all over it. So yeah, those are done. Thanks, Dad. Okay, now that that's finished, I feel a lot better. It is definitely cleaning the windshield much more efficiently. Those are the original wiper blades from my van. I never had put two and two together that we'd never had to change them out. I'm pretty good with making sure that they stay in decent shape. I try not to get in super, super hot conditions where they just bake. And whenever I am in Texas, I try to like park in the shade as much as possible because that keeps them from bleaching. So overall, I'm pretty pleased with that. That means that these things have lasted almost 80,000 miles, which is kind of insane. But they were starting to die. So now that they're all fixed up, we're good to go. I'm going to go do a little bit more resting, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow as we get a little bit closer to hitting the road. I know today's video is a little bit different, but I just kind of wanted to keep you guys in the loop as to what's coming, also what I'm working on, and what I've noticed kind of maintenance-wise as I've been kind of moving around just in my regular everyday life. After tomorrow, I'm hoping that I will feel a million times better, and then we can actually pack the van, and then we can hit the road in a few days, because the timeline is almost here. The timeline is almost here. And I have some exciting things planned. But for now, guys, remember, we're not here for a long time, but we are here for a good time. I'll be seeing you guys later. Bye!